And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio. Alright, I have created a little system over here to make ourselves some electric furnaces. And yeah, we've got quite a few loading up there. It's a hefty craft, and we will need, all of these for a purple science pack down the road. These things use electric furnaces. So yeah. That will be well used, as well as giving us, some stuff to use, some furnaces that we can start transitioning our base over to using the new and improved. Now, the power system, as you can see down here, I have expanded tremendously. Lots and lots of stuff and things down here. Let's get some light, just for reasons. Lots of these, and I've pretty much fully encompassed all of this because we're not using, we're using maybe a little less than a third of our power right now. And if we were using full blast all of our power, these things would be consuming a lot of coal. I'm sure they would be consuming more than their fair share. So I don't know, I'm trying to make things work, trying to get them to a spot where it can all be happy. But yeah, we're going to set up our first system down here. I have cleared out a bunch of trees. It was fairly quick using these poison capsules. It's trivial compared to what it was in the start of the game to just remove a bunch of trees. Now that's the side effect of that is going to be, pollution getting a little bit further. And we got this base over here kind of worried about. We've got some defenses up here. These are all good. We got bots doing their best to repair everything, which is glorious. And yeah, we are going to need copper. And this copper is pretty much tapped out. If this were to go full blast, I'm pretty sure this wouldn't really be able to keep up too well. It's just enough as these run out, and they still have quite a bit left, but as they run out, this will basically be all the copper we can get from here. This deposit, as far as area goes, is bigger than this one. This one has twice as much in it, but it's a tiny little deposit. So we are going to kind of struggle a little bit with getting enough out of here. Oh, let's see. I want to really make sure that we get the most out of this deposit that we can, as far as, items per second or whatever. However you want to bill that as. I don't think that's going to be worth. Okay, and there. How much do you have? 9.3. That's 3.9. Just enough. I had just enough on me to make that work. Because I want to have a secondary copper, because the next two steps that we're going to do is the low density structures and the processing units. Now these things are brutal. Absolutely brutal on our copper, because they take 20 circuits for one of these. And the ratio is actually perfect for green circuits. One green circuit crafter can support one processing unit. But that green circuit crafter would have to go full blast. So we're going to need some extra copper, because we do not have enough processing to keep this going. Because as you saw earlier, our green circuits were actually running a little low. And this just... Blue circuits destroy green circuits. They just absolutely destroy them. So just bear that in mind. We are going to try. I hope I have enough belt and stuff on me, because that would be sad if I didn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically priority right, priority left. So we're going to prioritize this side, and then this side will then take up the reins. Also, we don't need coal over here because we're going to go electric. Electric furnace. Okay, so we're going to have... This is 30 items per second, and the crafting speed on this is 2. And the smelting on the copper plate, which should be here, there it is, 3.2. So this is going to be 1.8 seconds to craft 1 copper, which means if we look at just like one side of the belt, that's 15, that's 1.5 or 1.8 per second. So, we might not be able to put 10 on a side. Like that. I'll have to see if we can squeeze any more out of it. We might... Well, we could upgrade the belt. We could research the next level of belt, but we'll see. This will be my baseline for this system. I always leave a little space again for a couple more machines just in case. So this, and remember, these are going to produce half the pollution that our regular furnaces use, but they're still going to do, I mean, they're still going to produce pollution, so we need to protect these as well. I would also possibly maybe use the new substations. I don't have these automated yet. That is definitely high on my list, because one substation in the middle here is capable of powering all of this stuff. So if I put one like right there, and then let's see, you can see when they connect, they're right next to one another. And then in order to go around that, we gotta go up around that, like so. Okay, so that should power all of the things. Down here, since these are so tightly packed, I like to keep these in a nice grid. There we go. And then to power the rest of these, we just have to connect to that substation. Let it all back up. You can see our power draw. If we go to a minute here, power draw jumps up right there pretty substantially. Okay, so this is going to be our secondary copper. Now we need to protect this setup. Something like that. Already got a little bit out here, but At this point, walls are not really going to give you a whole lot of benefit. It's just raw DPS. But walls can slow them down. So let's put a wall. Remember to leave a space. At the very least around this. Leave a space. Something like that. There we go. Not exactly, you know, the furthest out it can go, but I want to try to get this stuff protected. All right. Let's see. Where do we want to go with this? I'm thinking we're going to want... Because these things, these blue circuits, use sulfuric acid, we could just tack on to our battery production here. Extend this out a little ways. And believe it or not, I'm just going to have 4 of these. Which is why I'm not doing a huge setup for that. Another way you could do this, like so. Connect. Around like that. Okay, they've got sulfuric acid. Now, the tough part is going to be green circuits, and this is where all that copper comes into play. So these are going to be green circuits. This is going to be, no, something like that. And let's use stack inserters where appropriate. Okay, now the tricky part is going to be like where the red circuits are going to come in, how we're going to load them in. This is where the Bob's inserter mod really helps, because you can be pretty creative in how you get all this stuff in, in the process. So I kind of want my output to be right in the middle. Like that. Okay. Those are the greens. The reds we will pull in from over here somewhere. How about right in here somewhere? These are dead trees. Right in here. Okay, so we need a thing. Let me grab some more undergrounds. One thing you can do if you're going to have a long set of undergrounds is you can just click and hold. And it'll place them automatically for you. So what we want to do is we want to go here and here. That'll give us a way out to the bus. I don't think we're going to need any more battery production, which is why I'm setting this up here. Okay, so the next thing is the input. We're going to input to the side. This goes there, and the opposite corner is the same orientation. Oink. Just like that. There's your red circuits. Now, what sort of voodoo would I have to do? One there and one down here would match that up rather well. I think I need more steel. Yep. And if we were having the full load of Bob's mods, we'd be able to make that even better. Now, the other thing is we're going to need, I just realized this, we're going to need iron for our red or our green circuits, and we can't quite do that. So what we could do, let's just get creative with this here. You diagonal this way. Like that. That'll allow me to stretch across with iron. And look at that, we have iron like right here. How about that? This iron comes in. We can go like there. Underground there. Underground there. Like so. Now, and we could just do this. Oh, that one. This one. Opposite corner. Okay. I kind of want that to be a regular belt. That'll help. And these even cover those. Oh, that's nice. I like it. Okay, the last step is the copper. And grabbing this iron over here. Now, copper, this is going to have to stretch a long ways behind our base. So I'm going to grab all of the belt. We can skim this. Don't really need any more gears. Okay, getting close. Go up above there, go over here. Kind of want to thread the needle in between here. Put this there, and the next one can go up. And just for funsies, do that. And the reason I have 4 of these is the math I did before the episode. It works out to roughly 4 if I want 4 of these. 4 of the utility. Remember, if you look at the recipe carefully, you can see it's 3 times utility science. We get 3 per craft. 3, so we don't need a vast amount of these. So I'm thinking 4 of these should suffice. So that means 4 of these is 2 processing units each. So that's 8 per 21 seconds. 8 processing units every 21 seconds. Processing units are made every 10 seconds. So with 4 of these, we are making 8 every 20 seconds. And we need 8 every 21 seconds. So we actually have a very tiny surplus. So yeah, there's blue circuits. If you can build a base that is substantial numbers of blue circuits a minute, that is a great goal, because holy cow, does it take a lot of resources to do that. Oh my goodness. So if we look at our copper, you can see we're really pulling quite a lot out of here. And this is just with 4. I mean, I've seen bases where there's just tons of that. But this is the alternate way. The other way is to actually load in green circuits off the bus. You can do that. You can just load them right off the bus. But again, expect one of your, down here in our green circuits, if we did that, this entire bank right here would be allocated just for blue circuits. That would all be, and so our base would then have to run off of 3, which I know if we were going full blast, we would not be able to keep up with that. All right, so the last part is actually making the utility science. Well, we need low density structures. And when you talk about copper consumption, this is one of the main reasons why I have a secondary smelting operation for copper. Because each one of these is 20 copper plates. So every craft is literally 1 copper a second. And we're making it's basically 2 smelters. 2 smelters, either steel or electric, 2 of them goes into 1 low density structure crafter. That's basically the ratio. So if you don't have a lot of copper production, you are in trouble. Because this is the point of the game, when copper just melts away. And if you look at the craft time on this, 20-second craft time for one of these. While these use 3 with the same craft time. So you need 3 of these for every one of these. Well, if we want 4 of these, that's 12 low-density structures. That's like our entire smelting. I mean, it's 24 smelters. We have 20 smelters. That's the entirety of our base's copper production just with one product. So yeah, I really want to get to yellow. I want to produce some yellows because it would allow me to research the thing that I want most, and that is my nuclear bots. Right here. Oh, they use production. Oh my god. You'd think I would know this mod by now, but oh lord, they use production science. I forgot about that. Oh lord. Okay. 2 steel, 5 plastic, but 20 copper. That's a lot of copper. So copper is going to get its own belt. And then steel and plastic are going to get the other belt. Like so. And this copper is going to be coming off the bus, because the other copper is pretty much tapped out. I mean, I can supplement it with the new copper, but I also need to come down here and stretch out plastic, which is way down here. There it is. Well, I will get this stuff run. I mean, you've seen me run these things quite a few times now, so I don't need to repeat myself too much. If you guys are having an issue or have a question or whatever, don't hesitate to leave a comment or hit me up on my Discord. And there should be a Discord link in the About page of the channel. But yeah, this is just kind of busy work. Just, you know, getting to where it needs to go. We don't have nearly the plastic production for red circuits and like everything else that we need. Okay, so we're gonna need steel and plastic, which is coming here. So plastic there, steel there. Plastic needs to go under. Steel needs to go under. And then copper is way over here. 2, 3. Oh, that's the edge. Okay. So there's a gap of 2, and then 4. Gap of 2, and then 4. There. That just helps me with my undergrounds. Like so. And there is a nice system for that. There's copper, there's steel, there's plastic. And the output is going to go this way. And these are used in quite a lot of recipes. We will have giant crafts of these eventually. Like, we'll have train outposts that are just packed full of these things. Okay. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.